I'm back. Did you miss me? I missed you guys actually. I'm out of practice. What's my decision? My decision is, right, first of all, I've been walking up and down Scotland for 3 weeks, so I've had a lot of time to think. A lot of time to think and decide what I want to do. And I wanted to carry on. I always wanted to carry on. I hope I didn't come across like I didn't want to carry on, but I wanted to compete. And in those 3 weeks, I've had a lot of time to think, and I've thought of a few ways we can make it work. And we're not going to train on skis, I don't think, until the end of the summer, which is obviously not ideal. If you're thinking you want to train for skiing, you want to get much better at skiing, you'd think you just get skiing all year round. But there's a few reasons for that. Number one being my visa's not sorted. I know at the end of last season I applied in February, and they've just not responded yet. I don't know why. Maybe they don't like me in France. So my days in Europe are over. As a British person, we can't go to France or Europe until pretty much the end of summer, which is 2 months from now. So yeah, that's that pretty much sorted, unless they respond to me sooner. And if any of you know, if you work in the French government, you want to put in a word for me, tell them to sort of help me out. Come on, I'm spending lots of money in your economy. Secondly, things need to change, things need to be organised. And when I go skiing, obviously we want that to be the priority. And when we get going skiing, I'd rather start at the end of summer and then go real hard from there and have everything sorted than sort of start now and then still be organising things, because it's just sort of half-assing it. I'd rather go have a break and then go full on than to keep chopping and changing. We need to organise what we're doing next year. Thirdly, I was pretty burnt out last year, so that's sort of a continuation from the last point. Pretty burnt out last year, so I think it's good to have a break and sort of a refresh and get really, real hungry so when we go training again, we're really sort of firing all cylinders. And fourthly, with that extra financial pressure, which is inevitable if we want to compete, we've got to find a sponsor. Basically, so I work for my parents, they're very grateful, I'm very grateful, they're very nice, they give me a job, so I work for them, but obviously we can't just generate money out of nowhere, so I work for them, but I need some more extra money, so we're going to try and find a sponsor all summer. So the goal is to get a sponsor this summer, get real strong in here with the gym. This is my garage gym. Get real athletic, get real get ready to go. We just bought a trampoline, so we're gonna do some tricks and get athletic that way. One. I've been laughed at before because I'm so bad when I do anything in the air. So yeah, we've got to figure out that. And we might go mountain biking. I've just broke my bike, so we've got to think about whether that's worth an investment in fixing it or getting a new one, because I think it's very useful, but obviously mountain bikes are not cheap. But for me, we're going to be in the gym and I'll be talking about programming, talking about all the fitness stuff. We get a lot of questions about fitness in the season, so I'll talk you through how my brain works with that. And it's quite unorthodox, but it does have roots in sports science. At least I know. I've not got a personal trainer. It's all done from here and my learnings online in books, all that sort of stuff, and past coaches. So that's the future for me in the next few months. I'm going to ask you for a favour. If you know a business, or if you have a business, if you know a business, if you have a business, if you know someone that owns a business, if you and you think that will be a good fit for a sponsor, then get us in touch. That's my favour for you. I don't want to be charity, so don't just go, oh no, well, this guy, you know what I mean? It's got to be a give and take relationship, and we want to provide value, and we put a lot of work into these videos, all three of us, especially Elsa, mainly Elsa, 90% Elsa. But yeah, there's been a lot of hard work going into these, so if you think it's worth and it provides value, then even if you just go into another branch and say, hey look, we've got 4 lines, this guy wants to sponsor, maybe that would work, something like that, maybe. Anyway, a lot of you are talking about Patreon or one of those GoFundMe things. I'm not going to do that. I feel uncomfortable just asking for money from people that I feel like, you know what I mean, it's like, that's just like charity, and that's like, we don't need charity with ski races. We're privileged people. We're all privileged people. We're so privileged as anyone who's ski racing. Is if we do a Patreon or a GoFundMe or one of those things, we'll do like video breakdowns of your guys' skiing or of our own skiing, or like really nitty gritty stuff, or like I make a lot of leather stuff. We could give back leather stuff. We can make a bunch of t-shirts and sort of, so it's like, it's not, it's a give and a taking. I don't mean to offend anyone, and it's not against anyone who does do that, because I'm sure everyone's got their own opinions on it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have opinions on it. But for me, as David, not as Four Lines or as anyone else, that's just David. And thank you for all the comments after last video. I'm going to reply to them now. I didn't reply because I was up in Scotland, there's no signal. I got like signal like second or third day. So I will actually go and reply. Now that I remembered, I'm going to go and reply to those comments now. See you next time. See you soon for some dry land. Let us know what videos you want. We could do a dry slope. I'm thinking about going to Hill End. A guy called Will messaged me saying we should go to Hill End. So we might go to Hill End and do a training session there. There's a big dry slope in Scotland, the biggest dry slope in Europe, I think. Anyway, yeah, so message me. What do you want to see while we're doing this? Just the weights, just the vlogs, just the videos documenting, or do you want some more challenges? Should we see how, don't know, trying to learn a backflip, all that sort of stuff on a trampoline. Season 2 started, episode 1 done. Let's have it. Also, we've got some other extra surprises. I forgot to say this. We've got some fun surprises coming. Maybe a different sport, maybe a new coach, maybe not a new coach, maybe a new place to train. All sorts of to come. Exciting times. Get my new mullet. I did it myself. Elsa's not here. Elsa normally cuts my hair. I hate hairdressers. I've got like a phobia of hairdressers, and Elsa normally cuts my hair, and it was too long after my big long walk, so I did it myself. I can't go wrong with a mullet, can you? The worse it looks, it's better. Anyway, see you soon. I'm rambling. Bye bye. I missed you.